Why aliens vacation on the galaxy's most dangerous planet Earth? The Galaxy Council had made its decision a long time ago. Earth was dangerous. The planet had storms that could crush cities, animals that could kill in seconds, and humans who were unpredictable. Every species in the Council had agreed. No one should go there. It was a death world. Despite the warnings, a small group of aliens was curious. They were not like the others. Most aliens looked at Earth and saw only fear. This group, however, wanted to see the planet for themselves. They wanted to understand why Earth was called the most dangerous planet in the galaxy. They wanted to know if the danger was real. The leader of the group was Zarnok, a tall, blue-skinned alien with long arms and sharp eyes. Zarnok had read all the Council reports, but he doubted them. "Humans are exaggerating," he said to his companions. "This planet cannot be that dangerous. We will go and see." His companions were smaller aliens. Larry, a green alien with 3 eyes, was nervous. "But the Council says it is deadly," she whispered. "Many who have visited never returned." "Exactly," Zarnok replied. "And that is why we must go. We will see for ourselves." Fear is not knowledge. Their small ship moved quietly through space, heading toward Earth. They passed stars, comets, and asteroid belts. As they drew closer, they saw the blue and green planet spinning slowly in the black sky. It looked calm from space. The oceans were bright, and the clouds formed patterns that almost looked peaceful. Inside the ship, Leary could not stop trembling. "It looks beautiful," she said, but then quickly added, "And we are going there to die." "Or we will learn," Zarnok said. "Either way, we gain knowledge. That is worth more than fear." They entered Earth's atmosphere carefully. The ship shook from wind and heat, but it did not break. They landed in a forest, far from cities. The trees were huge, and the air smelled fresh. Birds flew past, singing. Animals rustled in the bushes. Zarnok and Leary watched quietly, amazed. From the shadows, they saw humans. Humans moved through the forest easily. One man, Jack, was chopping wood. He was strong and steady. A woman named Emma carried water from a nearby stream. Another man, Lucas, was fixing a small trap for catching food. And a young girl, Claire, ran past laughing, chasing a dog. The aliens expected humans to be dangerous. They had read stories of humans attacking each other for no reason, but these humans seemed normal. They smiled, laughed, and worked together. Zarnok was confused. "This cannot be the death world the Council described," he muttered. Leary peered from behind a tree. "Maybe it is only safe now," she said. "Maybe humans are hiding danger. Or maybe humans are not what we think." Zarnok replied, "We will stay and watch. We need more proof." Over the next few days, the aliens observed the humans. Jack chopped wood carefully and carried heavy logs back to a small cabin. Emma cooked food over a fire and shared it with everyone. Lucas repaired tools and traps. Claire played near the stream, singing songs humans had taught her. One evening, a storm came. Clouds gathered fast, dark and heavy. Lightning cracked the sky and rain poured down. The aliens were terrified. "This is what the Council warned about," Leary whispered, but the humans were calm. Jack tied down logs and secured the cabin. Emma carried water inside and checked that the fire would not go out. Lucas helped Claire inside before the rain soaked her completely. Even during the storm, the humans did not panic. They worked together, and they survived. The aliens watched in amazement. How are they calm?" Leary asked. Zarnok shook his head. "This is not fearlessness. This is understanding. Humans know danger is part of life. They face it every day. They do not try to run. They act." The storm passed by morning. Puddles formed on the forest floor, leaves were broken, and a few trees had fallen, but the humans were fine. They repaired what was broken and laughed about the storm as if it were nothing. The aliens began to take notes. Every detail mattered. Every human action was strange and remarkable to them. They had never seen a species survive danger so naturally. On the second week, a wolf appeared near the humans' cabin. It was hungry, teeth showing, and dangerous. The aliens held their breath, expecting an attack. Jack saw the wolf and calmly picked up a stick. He did not run. He did not scream. He approached slowly, keeping his eyes on the animal. Emma brought food to distract it. Lucas stayed ready with a trap in case the wolf charged. Claire hid behind a tree, watching. The wolf sniffed, growled, but then backed away. Humans had handled the situation without panic. The aliens could hardly believe it. They are stronger than the stories, Zarnok said. Not because they are fearless, but because they know how to survive. Over the next days, the aliens explored more. They saw humans fishing, farming, and building shelters. They watched humans help neighbors, care for animals, and laugh after hardships. The aliens began to realize that Earth was dangerous, yes, but humans had adapted in ways no other species had. The danger was real, but humans had made it manageable. One night, Larry could not sleep. She looked at the humans sleeping in the cabin. "Zarnok," she said, "I think maybe humans are the real danger for anyone who underestimates them. They survive everything." Zarnok nodded.
Yes, Leary. The Council was right about the planet being deadly.
But they were wrong about humans. The humans make it livable. And more than livable. They make it amazing. The aliens stayed hidden, learning more. Every day brought new surprises. Humans who healed quickly, humans who laughed while working hard, humans who risked themselves for others. Zarnok began to write a report, but he was not reporting danger. He was reporting marvel. One afternoon, Jack, Emma, Lucas, and Claire left the cabin to explore a nearby hill. The aliens followed carefully. They saw a river full of fish, a cliff with a breathtaking view, and birds flying together in formation. The humans ran, jumped, and played without fear. The aliens realized that humans did not just survive danger. They celebrated life despite danger. As the sun set, Zarnok looked at the humans. He smiled. Something he had never done on a mission before. "This is why I wanted to come here," he said. "Not to see death, but to see life. The Council does not understand humans at all." Leary, still cautious, asked, "Do you think they know we are here?" "Not yet," Zarnok said. "And it does not matter. We are learning what matters most." Humans face danger every day, and they do not let it break them. If we survive here with them, we will learn more than any book could teach us. The aliens spent the night watching the humans from the forest. The humans slept soundly, unaware of the eyes studying them. Zarnok and Leary knew one thing for certain. Earth was dangerous, yes, but humans were something else entirely. And that was only the beginning. The aliens did not know that soon danger would come even closer. Storms, wild animals, and human courage would test them in ways no report could describe. But for now, they watched. And they learned. Because on Earth, the most dangerous planet in the galaxy, life went on. Humans faced it, survived it, and thrived in it. And the aliens were about to find out why the aliens had been on Earth for over a week. Zarnok and Leary were amazed by everything they had seen. Humans faced danger every day, and they did not panic. They worked together, helped each other, and somehow managed to thrive in a planet that was supposed to kill them. Zarnok decided it was time to study them more closely. "We must understand," he said. "How do humans survive storms, animals, and accidents? There is something we are missing." Leary agreed, though she was nervous. She still jumped at loud noises, and Earth was full of them. Even the wind sounded dangerous. But she trusted Zarnok and followed him as they observed humans from a hidden hill near the cabin. That morning, Jack went to the forest to gather firewood. He moved quickly but carefully, cutting branches without hurting himself. Lucas followed him with a small bag to collect useful twigs. Emma stayed near the cabin preparing food, and Claire ran to the river to play with her dog, Rover. Suddenly, Jack slipped on a wet rock. He fell hard and cut his arm on a branch. Leary gasped, thinking he might be in danger. Zarnok tensed, ready to intervene, but he stopped himself. He wanted to see how humans reacted. Jack groaned, then slowly stood up. He examined the cut and smiled. "Just a scratch," he said. He washed the wound in the river, tied it with a piece of cloth, and continued chopping wood. Lucas teased him, laughing. "You make a scratch look like an adventure." Jack laughed too. The aliens were confused. "How can he stay calm?" Leary whispered. "He just fell, and his arm is bleeding." Zarnok thought for a moment. He is not fearless. He is used to danger. Danger is part of life, and humans know they can survive it. That is why they are calm. Not because it is easy, but because they are ready. Later that day, Emma gathered berries near the forest. A bear suddenly appeared. The aliens froze in fear. The bear growled, and its eyes were fixed on Emma. She dropped the basket and slowly stepped back, keeping her eyes on the animal. She shouted loudly to scare it away. The bear hesitated, then ran into the trees. Emma walked back calmly, checking that none of the berries were lost.
Leary whispered, "She could have died." Zarnok nodded. "And she survived."
Again, humans face danger all the time. They prepare and act instead of hiding. The aliens decided to follow humans more closely. They wanted to see not just accidents but daily life. They learned quickly that every small task humans did had danger hidden in it. Chopping wood could cut an arm. Fishing could lead to drowning. Even cooking could burn the skin. Yet humans accepted these risks without fear. They did not avoid them, they controlled them. One afternoon, Jack, Lucas, and Emma took Claire to a cliff near the forest. The view was amazing and the wind was strong. Claire ran toward the edge, laughing. Jack called her back, but she jumped and ran along the safe part of the cliff. Lucas followed her to make sure she did not fall. Zarnok whispered to Leary, "Watch. Humans are not fearless. They teach the young how to survive danger. That is why humans thrive." Leary nodded. She was still cautious, but she saw a pattern. Humans did not rely on strength or speed alone. They relied on understanding the environment, helping each other, and thinking quickly. The aliens realized this was different from most species in the galaxy. Other species avoided danger completely. Humans faced it, and that made them strong. That night, the aliens observed the humans sitting around a fire. Jack told stories of his youth, when he had climbed mountains, faced storms, and sometimes failed. Emma laughed at his mistakes. Lucas added his own stories. Claire listened wide-eyed. The aliens were fascinated. Humans learned from their mistakes, and they laughed at them instead of fearing them. Zarnok spoke quietly to Leary. "This is why humans survive. They do not fear failure. They accept it. They accept danger, and they act anyway." The next day, the aliens saw a bigger challenge. A small fire started near the cabin. Dry leaves and wind made it spread fast. The aliens panicked. Leary wanted to run, but Zarnok held her back. They needed to see how humans reacted. Jack shouted for Emma and Lucas. They grabbed buckets of water and made a line to put out the fire. Claire and Rover helped by moving smaller burning branches away. The aliens watched in awe. Humans worked together, calmly and quickly. The fire was out in minutes.
"No one was hurt," Leary whispered. "I have never seen teamwork like this."
Zarnok nodded.
Humans survive not because they are stronger than fire. They survive because they know how to work together, even in danger. As days passed, the aliens learned more. They watched humans during storms, dangerous hikes, and hunting trips. Humans adapted to every situation. They expected danger, prepared for it, and still acted with courage. Zarnok wrote everything in his log. He realized that humans were not fearless. They were aware. They were careful. And that awareness made them survive. One evening, Zarnok tried to speak to the humans. He disguised himself using a small illusion device. He appeared as a tall man in the forest. Jack noticed him immediately. Instead of running, Jack waved and smiled. "Hello there." Are you lost? Zarnok froze. Humans were not afraid of strangers, he stammered. I am exploring. Jack laughed. Good. Come on over. Emma and Lucas will be back soon. Claire is playing near the river. Zarnok realized something important. Humans did not panic at the unknown. They did not attack without reason. They judged situations and acted. This was another reason they survived. Fear did not control them. Understanding did. Leary whispered. They are teaching us even without knowing it. Zarnok nodded. Yes, Earth is dangerous, but humans turn danger into knowledge. That is their secret. Over the next week, the aliens followed the humans more closely. They saw humans hunting for food, crossing rivers, climbing mountains, and repairing homes. Humans faced small injuries, wild animals, and storms. Each time they survived. The aliens began to feel admiration. They had come to observe danger, but they found courage, teamwork, and intelligence instead. One morning, Claire fell from a small tree while chasing Rover. She scraped her knee and cried. Jack and Emma came quickly. They cleaned the wound, bandaged it, and comforted her. Lucas made her laugh again by telling a silly story. The aliens realized that humans not only survived danger, but helped each other recover from it. Zarnok whispered to Leary, Humans face danger, yes, but they also heal and continue. They do not give up. That is why they thrive on a planet that should have killed them long ago. Leary nodded. They are amazing. The aliens spent every day learning. Every small act of humans showed them something new. Humans prepared for storms, acted in emergencies, and cared for each other. Humans expected life to be difficult, and they acted anyway. Zarnok realized this was a lesson not only for aliens, but for everyone in the galaxy. Survival was not about avoiding danger. Survival was about facing it wisely. One night, as the aliens hid in the forest, a loud howl echoed nearby. A pack of wolves had come close. Leary panicked. Zarnok held her back. They watched as Jack, Lucas, and Emma reacted calmly. They made noise, stayed together, and slowly led Claire and Rover to safety. The wolves eventually left. The aliens understood completely. Humans survived because they were aware, brave, and united. Danger was part of life, but humans never let it control them. Zarnok wrote in his log, Humans are extraordinary. The Council calls Earth dangerous. Yes, it is dangerous, but humans face it every day. They adapt, they prepare, they act, and they help each other. They do not fear danger. They respect it, and that respect allows them to survive. Death. Leary smiled. I thought we came to see death. Instead, we are learning life. Zarnok nodded, and the story has only begun. We are still at the beginning. Humans will show us more. Storms, accidents, and wild animals will test them. We must watch carefully. We will learn why this planet is dangerous and why humans thrive. The aliens stayed for another week, quietly observing. Each day brought new lessons. Humans were not perfect, but they were resilient, clever, and brave. Zarnok realized that no other species in the galaxy could survive on Earth without learning these lessons. Humans had made danger their teacher, and that was their greatest strength. And as the sun set on the forest, the aliens knew one thing for certain. The galaxy had underestimated humans. They had called Earth the most dangerous planet. They had called humans weak. The aliens had discovered the truth. Humans were strong because they embraced life, even in the face of death, and that strength would soon be tested in ways the aliens could not yet imagine. Part 3. When vacation turns into crisis, the aliens had spent weeks studying humans. They had learned how humans survived storms, injuries, and wild animals. Zarnok and Leary were amazed. Humans were strong in ways the galaxy had never understood, but the aliens had not yet faced real danger themselves. They had observed from hiding, always careful not to be seen. They had watched humans survive small threats, but Earth was unpredictable. Danger could appear suddenly, without warning. One morning, Zarnok and Leary noticed smoke rising from the forest. It was not small like the fire they had seen before. This fire spread fast, and the wind pushed it toward the humans' cabin. Larry panicked. "Zarnok, we should leave. The fire is too big." "We cannot survive this." Zarnok shook his head. "No, we are here to learn. We need to see how humans face real danger. Besides, we can hide. We are faster than fire." From their hiding spot they saw Jack, Emma, Lucas, and Claire reacting immediately. Jack shouted for everyone to grab buckets and water. Lucas and Emma filled them from a nearby river. Claire and Rover moved small burning branches away from the cabin. The fire was bigger than anything the aliens had expected. It spread quickly, jumping from tree to tree. The aliens had never felt fear like this before. Leary's 3 eyes widened. "This is worse than anything the Council warned us about. We could die." Zarnok held her. "Watch humans. Learn. Survive." The humans worked together calmly. They built barriers, threw water on flames, and covered the cabin with wet cloths. Jack climbed a tree to push burning branches away. Lucas worked with him. Emma and Claire made sure no one was left behind. The aliens could hardly believe it. The humans did not panic. They did not scream. They acted. Each movement was precise. Each decision was quick. Humans were not fearless. They were trained by life itself. They expected danger and adapted instantly. The fire reached the edge of the cabin. The aliens saw sparks landing near their hiding place. Leary trembled. "Zarnok, it is too close," Zarnok whispered. "Stay calm. Humans will show us how to survive." We watch, and we learn. Jack realized the fire was too strong to fight alone. He called the nearby neighbors for help. Within minutes, 2 men and a woman arrived with extra buckets and tools. Together they created a human chain, passing water from the river to the fire. The aliens were amazed. Teamwork was not just for small threats. Humans applied it even to life-threatening danger. Zarnok realized that humans survived because they relied on each other as much as themselves. Leary looked at the fire and whispered, "I thought we came to see danger from a safe distance. Now it is in front of us." Zarnok nodded. "This is how humans live." They do not hide from danger. They meet it. And they survive because they face it together. The fire roared, and smoke filled the forest. The aliens could hardly breathe. Zarnok held Leary's hand. They had never been this close to death. Yet, as they watched, the humans continued to fight the flames calmly and confidently. After hours, the fire began to die down. Humans were exhausted, their clothes burned and wet, faces covered in soot. But no one was hurt. The cabin was safe, mostly intact, and the fire was under control. The aliens stepped out of hiding. Zarnok wanted to speak to the humans, but he was not sure how they would react. He carefully walked toward Jack. Jack looked at him and smiled.
"Hey there, you okay?"
"You look like you've seen a monster."
Zarnok blinked.
We are observers," he said.
Jack laughed. "Well, welcome!"
"You picked a rough day to visit. Fire came closer than I liked." Leary whispered to Zarnok, "We could have died today. The fire could have reached us." "Yes, but humans survived it. That is the lesson. Humans survive because they act. They do not run. They do not freeze. They face danger." Over the next few days, the aliens stayed closer to the humans. They saw more dangers appear. A sudden storm flooded part of the forest. Jack and Lucas built makeshift dams to protect the cabin. Emma and Claire helped move supplies and animals to higher ground. The aliens wanted to intervene but realized it was not necessary. Humans knew what to do. Zarnok wrote in his log, "Humans survive real danger because they expect it, understand it, and face it with knowledge. Fear exists, but it does not control them. That is why humans thrive on Earth." One afternoon, a bear appeared near the cabin again. This time it was larger and hungrier. The aliens froze, ready to flee. Humans reacted instantly. Jack grabbed a stick. Emma brought food to distract the bear. Lucas moved to block its path, and Claire stayed behind a safe tree. The bear growled but eventually left. The humans did not panic. The aliens realized that courage was not the absence of fear, but the presence of action. Zarnok said quietly to Lyri, "This is more than survival. Humans are brave. They take action, even when they know they can be hurt. This is something no other species can do easily." Lyri nodded. "I am starting to understand. Humans survive because they do not wait for danger to leave. They face it. They act. And they help each other. That is why this planet works for them." The aliens learned another lesson during the crisis. Humans laughed, even after danger passed. Jack joked about falling trees and wet clothes. Emma laughed at Lucas slipping in mud. Claire ran around playing with Rover as if nothing had happened. Zarnok realized that humans not only survived danger, they embraced life after it. Joy was part of survival. As the sun set, the aliens reflected on everything they had seen. Humans faced storms, fires, wild animals, and accidents. Each time they acted calmly, helped each other, and survived. Danger was everywhere, but humans controlled it, adapted to it, and learned from it. Lyri whispered Zarnok, "This is why aliens vacation on dangerous planets. Humans make danger manageable." Zarnok nodded. "Yes, Lyri. Humans survive danger not because it is easy, but because they face it with knowledge, teamwork, and courage. This is something we can learn from. And maybe, just maybe, humans enjoy life more because they know how fragile it is." The aliens spent the next week observing more small crises. They saw humans trapped in floods, injured by falling trees, and chased by wild animals. Each time, humans survived. Sometimes they were hurt, but they adapted and recovered. Humans expected difficulty, and that expectation allowed them to survive what should have been deadly. Zarnok realized the truth. The Council had labeled Earth dangerous, and it was. Storms, wild animals, and accidents could kill an unprepared species, but humans had learned to live with danger. They adapted. They expected it. They helped each other, and that made them stronger than any alien species. One night, the aliens sat on a hill, watching the humans sleep in the cabin. Zarnok whispered, "We came to see danger. Instead, we are learning courage, teamwork, and life. Humans survive because they face the impossible and still act. We could learn more from them than any report could teach." Lyri smiled. "And we are only at the beginning." "I wonder what will happen next." The aliens did not yet know that danger would come even closer. Storms, wild animals, and accidents would test humans and aliens together. But for now, they watched and they learned. Humans face danger every day, and they survived because they acted, because they understood, and because they helped each other. And that lesson was more important than any alien mission could have predicted. Earth was dangerous, yes, but humans were extraordinary. And the aliens were about to discover that danger on Earth was nothing compared to the strength of humans. When they worked together after the fire and storms, the aliens realized something important. Humans were not just surviving danger, they were thriving in it. Zarnok and Lyri had come to Earth to study danger, but instead they had learned something far greater. Humans were extraordinary. For days, the aliens observed quietly. Jack, Emma, Lucas, and Claire continued their daily routines. They gathered food, repaired the cabin, and laughed at small accidents. Danger came and went. Storms, wild animals, falling trees, but the humans never stopped. Each time they acted, helped each other, and survived. Zarnok finally said, "We cannot hide any longer. Humans must know we are here. We must speak. We cannot keep this knowledge to ourselves." Lyri hesitated.
"Are you sure?"
"What if they are afraid? What if they attack us?" Zarnok shook his head. "They are not like other species. They survive danger by understanding it. They do not attack without reason. We will approach carefully." The next morning, Zarnok and Lyri disguised themselves as humans, using a simple illusion device. They walked toward the cabin, hearts pounding. Jack saw them first. Instead of fear, he smiled. Hey there, you look a little lost. Come on in. Emma, Lucas, Claire, guests. Emma came out and smiled politely. Lucas nodded, and Claire waved. Rover barked happily. The aliens realized that humans did not panic when confronted with the unknown. They judged calmly, then acted. Zarnok introduced himself carefully. We are travelers from far away. We observed your world and your people. Jack laughed lightly. Well, welcome. You picked an interesting place to visit. Storms, fires, wild animals, and yet here we are. Everything fine. Zarnok studied him. Humans were not afraid. They were curious, friendly, and calm. The aliens realized that humans were extraordinary, not because they were strong, but because they trusted knowledge and teamwork over fear. Over the next few days, the aliens spent time with the humans openly. They learned more about daily life. Jack showed them how to chop wood safely and prepare food. Emma explained how humans handle injuries and care for each other. Lucas demonstrated fishing and traps. Claire taught them how to play simple games, laughing all the while. Zarnok and Leary took careful notes. They recorded every lesson. Humans expected danger and prepared for it. Humans acted calmly during crises. Humans helped each other, even when they themselves were tired or hurt. Humans laughed after accidents, celebrated after surviving storms, and continued life no matter what. Zarnok realized something important. Humans were not fearless. Fear existed, but humans did not let it control them. They acted anyway. That was their greatest strength. The aliens decided to report this to the Galaxy Council. They left the forest carefully and returned to their ship. Leary asked, "Do you think the Council will believe us?" They called Earth deadly.
Zarnok smiled.
They will have to. We have seen humans survive death itself. They turn danger into life. They survive because they face it, adapt to it, and help each other. This is something no other species can do as well. The report they prepared was simple but powerful. It described humans as a species that thrived in danger, using courage, intelligence, and teamwork. It explained how humans faced storms, fires, wild animals, and accidents. It told of Jack, Emma, Lucas, and Claire, the perfect example of human resilience. When the report reached the Galaxy Council, many species were shocked. Earth had been labeled the most dangerous planet. No one expected the inhabitants to survive so consistently, let alone thrive. Aliens who had never visited were curious. Those who had visited wondered why the humans were not extinct. Zarnok spoke at a council meeting. Earth is dangerous. Storms, wild animals, and natural disasters can kill any unprepared species. But humans survive. They face danger, adapt, and act with courage. They help each other. They turn death into life. The council was silent. No one had spoken like this before. One member, a tall silver alien named Vorax, said, "Are you saying humans are strong because of courage, not technology?" Zarnok nodded.
Yes.
Humans do not rely on shields or weapons alone. They survive because they understand danger and work together. They expect difficulty and act anyway. That is why they thrive on Earth. Another alien, green and small, whispered, "This changes everything. If humans survive here, they can survive anywhere." They are remarkable. The council debated for days. Some argued that Earth should remain forbidden. Others argued that humans should be studied, not feared. In the end, the council agreed to change Earth's classification. It was still dangerous, but humans had mastered it. Earth became the most dangerous safe planet. Back on Earth, the aliens returned to the humans' cabin. They explained themselves fully. Jack laughed. "Well, I guess you learned our secret. Survive, adapt, and work together. Not too hard, right?" Emma smiled. "You learned more than just survival. You saw life as we live it. Danger is part of life, but we do not let it control us." Lucas nodded. "Humans do not avoid problems. We face them. We act. Sometimes we fail, sometimes we succeed, but we always continue." Claire hugged Leary. "See? Danger is just part of the game. You do not need to be afraid if you know how to play." The aliens laughed. They had expected death and chaos. Instead, they had found friendship, courage, and wisdom. Zarnok wrote one final note in his log. Humans are extraordinary. They survive danger because they face it. They thrive because they work together. And they live fully because they respect life and death equally. Word of humans spread quickly across the galaxy. Aliens who once feared Earth now wanted to visit. They wanted to learn from humans. They wanted to experience courage and survival firsthand. Earth, the death world, became a place of fascination. Some aliens came secretly at first, hiding like Zarnok and Leary had. But humans were welcoming. They treated visitors with food, shelter, and friendship. The aliens learned quickly that humans were not just survivors. They were teachers. Every storm, accident, and challenge became a lesson for visitors. Zarnok and Leary watched as more aliens arrived. They smiled. The galaxy had underestimated humans, but now the truth was clear. Humans survived because they faced life fully, with courage, knowledge, and teamwork. Danger was part of life, but it never defeated humans. One evening, as the aliens watched Jack, Emma, Lucas, and Claire sit around a fire, Zarnok said quietly, "We came to observe death. Instead, we learned life. Humans survive because they understand it, respect it, and act. This is the greatest lesson any species can learn." Leary nodded, and now the galaxy will know. Humans are not weak. They are strong in ways no one expected. The humans laughed around the fire, sharing stories of small adventures and accidents. Claire chased Rover, falling and getting up again. Jack smiled at the sky. Emma fed a stray cat, and Lucas repaired a broken tool. The aliens realized that every action, every small decision, every act of kindness or courage was a reason humans survived. Zarnok whispered, "The Council was wrong. Earth is dangerous, yes, but humans make it safe. And more than that, humans make it alive. Aliens now come to Earth not to avoid death, but to feel life. That is why humans are the galaxy's true marvel." And the aliens understood completely. Humans were more than survivors. Humans were legends in the making. And the galaxy would never forget them. After the Council changed Earth's classification, aliens from across the galaxy became curious. A planet once called the most dangerous was now known for its extraordinary inhabitants. Humans had survived storms, fires, wild animals, and accidents. They faced danger every day, and they thrived. The news spread quickly, and aliens wanted to visit. Zarnok and Leary returned to the forest near Jack, Emma, Lucas, and Claire's cabin. They had spent weeks learning from humans, but now they had a new mission: to help other aliens experience life on Earth safely. Humans, they realized, were the key to surviving the planet. Jack was chopping wood when Zarnok and Leary approached. He looked up and smiled. "Back again, huh? Did the Council finally approve your vacation here?" Zarnok nodded. "Yes, and many more will follow. We need guidance."
Emma appeared from the cabin with a basket of food. She smiled warmly at the aliens.
"You mean humans are teaching aliens how to survive now?" Leary nodded. "Yes, we learned everything from you. Now we want to show others."
"But we need your help." Jack laughed.
"Well, you are in luck. Humans survive danger all the time. We can teach aliens too." Over the next few weeks, aliens began arriving on Earth. Some were small and cautious. Others were tall and curious. All had heard the stories of humans surviving the impossible, and they wanted to see it for themselves. Zarnok and Leary guided them carefully, but humans were the real teachers. Jack showed aliens how to chop wood and start fires safely. Emma explained how to cook without accidents and care for minor injuries. Lucas demonstrated how to fish, trap, and build shelters. Claire, small but brave, taught aliens how to move quickly and carefully in forests and rivers. The aliens were amazed. Humans did not just survive danger. They taught others to survive it too. Even aliens who had feared Earth at first began to feel confident under human guidance. One day, a group of aliens arrived near a fast river. Some were nervous about the current. Jack stood at the edge, calm and confident. The water is strong, yes, but you can cross it. Watch carefully. Follow my steps and stay together. Emma added, danger is real, but fear should not stop you. Understand it, prepare, and act. That is how humans survive. The aliens followed her instructions. They helped each other, held hands, and moved carefully. Even when a few slipped, Jack and Lucas were ready to assist. Everyone made it across safely. The aliens cheered, amazed by their own success and by the humans who had taught them. As more aliens visited, Earth became famous as the ultimate vacation world. They came not to rest, but to feel alive. Storms, wild animals, and unpredictable events were part of the experience. Under human guidance, aliens faced challenges, learned courage, and survived danger. Zarnok watched from a hill smiling. We came to see death, he said to Leary. Instead, we found life. Humans survived every danger and taught others to survive too. This planet is alive because of them. Leary nodded. I never thought we would see this. Humans make danger into an adventure. They survive because they face it together, and they thrive because they never give up. One afternoon, a sudden storm hit the forest. Lightning cracked and rain poured down. Aliens panicked at first. Some had never faced such power, but Jack shouted instructions calmly. Stay together! Move to higher ground! Help each other. Emma helped the aliens find shelter. Lucas guided them through the river safely. Claire ran ahead with Rover to make sure no one was lost. The storm raged, but humans and aliens survived without panic. The aliens understood fully now. Humans survived because they acted, not because danger did not exist. After the storm, aliens laughed and celebrated. They had faced danger and lived. Zarnok and Leary smiled proudly. They had learned the greatest lesson of all. Humans survived danger because they worked together, stayed calm, and never gave up. As weeks passed, Earth became a place of legend. Aliens came from distant star systems to learn from humans. They wanted to experience courage, teamwork, and life itself. Humans guided them safely, showing that danger could be faced with intelligence and care. Jack told one group of aliens, Earth is not safe if you ignore danger, but it is safe if you respect it and act. Humans survive not because we are fearless, but because we understand life.
Emma added, and we help each other. We survive together.
That is why Earth works, and that is why aliens come. Lucas demonstrated building a small bridge over a river. Aliens followed his instructions carefully. One alien slipped, but Jack caught him instantly. Claire cheered and said, See? Danger is just part of the fun. If you know what to do, it is easy. The aliens realized humans were not only survivors, they were teachers, leaders, and guides. They showed how to face life fully. Earth became a place where courage was tested, lessons were learned, and life was celebrated.
Zarnok wrote in his log, Humans are extraordinary.
The galaxy called Earth dangerous, but humans made it alive. Dangerous everywhere, but humans teach us how to face it. They survive because they act, adapt, and work together. Earth is not just a planet. It is a classroom for life itself. Leary smiled. And humans do it with laughter and joy. Danger does not break them.
It makes life better. As more aliens arrived, the humans continued to guide them.
They showed aliens how to cross rivers, climb mountains, survive storms, and handle wild animals. They taught not only survival skills, but courage, teamwork, and joy. Aliens returned to their own planets, sharing the lessons they had learned from humans. Jack, Emma, Lucas, and Claire became legends. Humans who had once seemed ordinary were now recognized across the galaxy for their bravery, intelligence, and guidance. Aliens told stories of how humans survived the impossible and taught others to survive too. One evening, Zarnok looked at the humans around the cabin, laughing, helping each other, and living fully, he whispered. We came to observe death and danger. Instead, We found life. Humans survive because they face it fully, help each other, and never give up. That is why Earth works. And that is why aliens keep coming. Leary nodded. We thought humans were fragile, like every other species. Instead, they are extraordinary. They survive where others fail. They live where others die. And they teach life to anyone who comes. The sun set on the forest. Storms, rivers, and wild animals still existed, but humans continued to live, act, and guide. Aliens came for adventure and left with knowledge. Earth, once called the most dangerous planet, became the most famous classroom for courage and survival. Humans did not realize they had become legends. They laughed, worked, and helped each other as always. Yet across the galaxy, aliens spoke of their strength. Earth was alive because humans survived, and humans survived because they faced life fully. And so, the galaxy learned the truth. Humans were extraordinary. Danger existed everywhere on Earth, but humans faced it, adapted, and thrived. Aliens visited not to avoid danger, but to learn from those who lived fully despite it. Jack chopped wood, Emma cooked, Lucas repaired tools, and Claire played with Rover. Aliens watched, learned, and smiled. Humans had not just survived. They had become teachers, guides, and legends. Zarnok whispered, "This is why aliens vacation on the galaxy's most dangerous planet, Earth. Not to escape danger, but to learn from those who live in it. Humans are the true marvel of the galaxy." And with that, humans continued life as they always had, facing danger, helping each other, and thriving. Earth remained wild, unpredictable, and full of life. Aliens returned home with lessons that would change the galaxy forever. Humans survived, guided aliens, and lived fully. And that was why Earth was the most dangerous, yet most wonderful planet in the galaxy.